last 24 hours. Powered by Yiddish24, provided to you by The Click. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, Parshas Vu'ayru, and it's Chuf Dalet Taivus Tuvshim Pai Vuv on Edge. My name is Gershy Schwarcz, and I am your host on Edge. Phew, we had a lot to unpack, what can I tell you? First, I thought I woke up in the morning and it's the same old news again repeating itself because Iran hasn't fallen yet. I mean, it's about to fall, so it's ongoing, and the internet is disconnected for, I think, 4 days in a row already, so what do we know? But what I do know is who told you that leasing a car is expensive? Was it that same guy who complains about his arm hurting him from rolling up his window, the car window? Or the guy that complains that when he tried to buy a map and they offered him a charger instead? Let's make this a little bit clearer for you so you understand. Leasing is not at all expensive. I don't know where you get this from. 5-star leasing proves it every single day, okay? They get you the best deals while you get the nicest set of wheels. Nice car at prices that actually make sense. No gimmicks, no scary small print, no surprise costs at the end. And today, when you get a new lease, get a free damage waiver if you mention this ad on Edge. Now that's a $600 value. Free, like actually free. Expires on the 14th of Shvat, Yudalet Shvat. That is February 1st, 2026. Okay, and they'll even help you with car insurance. 5-star leasing. Call them now, 845-351-0511, or WhatsApp them on this number below, right over here. Right, this number, yeah. Okay, 845-903-3452, 5-star leasing. The situation in Iran is getting much worse. Oh, I forgot about a Tzedek Association, I'll tell you. Quickly, before I go to I know... Sorry, it's all about the news, right? But have you donated on my page? Because you could win up to $1,000. The details I will disclose below, and it's in the description, by the way, as well. The situation in Iran is getting much worse. And a report from Iran says, the Iran International paper says, it received inside information from government officials, IRGC members, medical personnel, and eyewitnesses, suggesting that at least 12,000 people were killed in recent protests, marking the deadliest period in Iran's modern era. They even released videos of the IRGC members themselves taking those videos, basically going around the dead bodies and making fun of them, basically. The regime, they're terrible. The regime cut off the internet 4 days ago to hide the violence of other, and some phone lines are starting to work again, but only some of them, and the web is still blocked. The regime also sent out police to find and confiscate Starlink dishes. Yes, they're cracking down, they're trying their best to close every single piece or source of information that could leak out to the outside. President Trump, though, announced a major penalty for anyone who trades with Iran, an embargo. He said that any country doing business with Iran, any business, will now face a 25% tax on everything they sell. That's a tariff that everything they sell to the United States. This new rule starts right away. Trump posted on Truth Social that this order is final and conclusive. This could hit China very hard because they are one of Iran's biggest trading partners. The talk of war is getting louder. Trump tweeted this morning, "I have cancelled all meetings with Iranian officials until the senseless killing of protesters stops. And that help is on its way," he wrote in big all caps. He has already warned that he might send the military to save the protesters, and if the killing continues, the US will hit Iran very hard. The White House ordered an immediate evacuation today of all American citizens in Iran this morning. Iran says it is ready to fight and will attack American bases and Israel if soldiers get involved. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz thinks the regime is falling apart. He said these could be the last days for the Iranian leaders. Reza Pahlavi says he has a message. He's the prince, right? The one who's in Golos right now. He has intelligence from inside Iran indicating that some members of the country's leadership are getting up and they're gearing up to escape from the country and loading up airplanes to take off. This is after Iranians released the personal addresses of Iranian leaders, Iranian protesters, released the addresses, the personal home addresses of Iranian leaders so that the protesters can attack them at home. At the same time, there are also secret talks happening between the foreign minister of Iran, Araghchi, and Steve Witkoff, which happened on the weekend, but they say it's still ongoing. And well, now we know that it stopped because Trump said he stopped all the meetings. So, what kind of president in our time or in our history would share with us every few minutes what is going on in the world? I mean, find me a president that did that. Exactly what Trump does. All the time he's on his phone, posting tweets on Truth Social, letting us know what he thinks and what he's doing and what is happening. That's transparency on another level. I don't know what you would think. Ukraine's President Zelensky is calling on the world to take action against Iran right now. He sent a message to all leaders of Western civilization. Zelensky said, "This is the moment to help the protesters overthrow the Iranian brutal regime." Mahmoud Abbas, have you heard of him lately? The 90-year-old leader of the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank was hospitalized for some routine tests. His office says the results were positive and he's doing fine. Abbas has been released, but he's been in charge of the West Bank since back in 2005 when Gush Katif was given over to Gaza, basically transformed into today's Gaza. He is now in his 21st year of a so-called 4-year term. A Lebanese leader has reportedly agreed to let Israel attack inside Lebanon as long as Hezbollah terrorists do not comply or do not completely disarm. This would give Israel the chance, the green light, to continue military operations until the terror group gives up its weapons for good. The United States is letting, before we go to the United States, is letting Mexico send oil to Cuba, just so you know that Israel has aborted 2 possible attacks on Iran in the last few weeks, seconds before the operation was about to begin. Just saying. The United States is letting Mexico send the oil to Cuba. This goes against what President Trump said on Sunday. He declared that there would be zero oil or money for the island, but reports say that the White House is allowing the deliveries anyway. Cuba is running out of power. They used to get free oil from Venezuela. That stopped when U.S. arrested Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. American officials say, which is by the way here in Brooklyn, American officials say they do not want Cuba to fall apart completely. They want to push the communist leaders to give up power on their own. With pressure, I guess. On Monday, Ms. Sheinbaum, the president from Mexico, called President Trump to discuss this yesterday, and they are scheduled to meet in 2 weeks' time. Trump has repeatedly said that he's ready to help clean up Mexico and cartels, but Ms. Sheinbaum has rejected the offer, saying, "No, thank you, but it's unnecessary." President Trump warned on Sunday that the United States of America will take control of Greenland one way or another. The White House has not ruled out using military force to seize the island. Trump says he must act to stop Russia or China from moving in first. But Greenland belongs to Denmark. Denmark is a member of NATO, just like the United States is. The Prime Minister of Denmark gave a very serious warning yesterday. She said, if America attacks a NATO ally, the entire alliance is finished. NATO was built to protect Europe from Russia, not to fight the United States. Mark Rutte, the man who runs NATO, was asked if NATO is in crisis as a result, and he answered, no, not at all. Well, let's remember that he called Trump daddy, right? Trump, of course, doesn't care. The United States is NATO's most powerful member. According to him and according to, facts, it spends much more money on defense than any other NATO ally and far outweighs its partners in terms of military muscle. NATO is weaker without the US leadership, troops, equipment, or any military assets. It's almost inconceivable that any ally would go to war with America, let alone hope to win. Let's talk about you winning. Now, I am so confused. I think it's time to get organized.
Exactly.
Oh, hello. What's your name?
Sruli Schoenfeld, the business organizer. You know why you're confused?
Why?
It comes to business owners a lot of times. They have very good strategy. They have good goals set in place. But the problem happens when it comes to the back end of the company is not properly set up. In order to be able to grow and focus on your vision, on your goals, you need to be properly set up in the back end of your company, which means delegation strategies, have the right hires, anything and everything that has to do with the day-to-day operation of the company.
Exactly, and this is why you should call 347-939-9959, and Sruli himself will answer the phone and take care of you and your business to make sure that your business is once and for all organized. Okay, mention on Edge, you get a free 20-minute consultation session with Sruli himself. It's time for you to take control of your business rather than allowing it to control you. Again, the business organizer, Sruli Schoenfeld, at your service. Again, number is 347-939-9959. You can WhatsApp him. You can scan the barcode right over there as well. You can WhatsApp him right away. He will answer. Email him. Go on his website. Have a look. Explore. Because he will help you understand and be organized in your business. You'll start making money the right way. Okay, so the anger in Minneapolis is not cooling down. Protests. Remember this, the riots that happened? The story of the ICE officer? ICE has been slipping on ice, and it's been going on there. So, and the two women that disturbed an ICE officer ICE officers doing their work, I guess, because they're activists, and she got killed. Because as a result, protests are still filling the streets after an ICE agent shot and killed Renee Good, right? Now the state of Minnesota is taking the fight to court. Attorney General Keith Ellison sued the Trump administration today. He wants a judge to order the federal agents to leave the state immediately. There is also chaos inside the Justice Department in Washington. Listen to this. Top officials resigned from their jobs this week. They quit because their bosses refused to investigate the shooting in Minneapolis. They say the government is ignoring the law to protect the agents. Trump posted on Truth Social, "Fear not, great people of Minnesota. The day of reckoning and retribution is coming." And he signed off President Donald J. Trump. Why doesn't he? He doesn't do this anymore, where he says, "Thank you for attention to this matter," I guess. All right. On the ground, Minneapolis feels like a occupied city. The federal operation is called Metro Surge. Thousands of extra agents are patrolling the streets. Governor Tim Walz says the White House is punishing his state for politics. Meanwhile, a warning from the Chicago police chief is going viral. Chief Larry Snelling sent a clear message to anyone trying to stop federal agents. He said, ICE agents are real law enforcement officers. He warned that blocking their cars or trapping them is a crime. Now remember the story of Renee Good? Yes, it's a crime. There's arguments from both sides. No one knows exactly what happened because it's a very, very quick second to decide or make an assessment, a legal assessment, according to the DHS. So he said that if you threaten their safety, they have the right to use deadly force to stop you. And it's true, because if you look at the DHS doctrine, yes, they are trained at certain circumstances when to use deadly force. You can look at the video and you could judge for yourself. It's very hard to tell because he had barely a few seconds to decide what's happening. She was hitting the gas while he was standing there. So could she have hit him or not? He couldn't make that assessment fast enough before something would happen to him, I guess. So he had to act, and he did act. That's according to one side of the story. The other side of the story says, no, he's a trained officer. He knows, he has a doctrine saying that a car, even though you shoot the car, it won't stop from killing you, so it won't offend you, so therefore, why would you use deadly force? Well, there's arguments from both sides. Okay, he told the public that even in a city that protects immigrants, you cannot fight the police on the street. There is a huge nurse strike happening in New York City right now. Nearly 15,000 nurses walked off the job at big private hospitals like Mount Sinai and New York Presbyterian. Sorry, never heard of that hospital actually. It's interesting. They say they are overworked, understaffed, and need better protection from violence. Zoharam Mamdani, where are you? Okay, Mayor Zoharam Mamdani is here. He joined the strike yesterday and said, so he can't do anything, so he joins the strike. He said he wants the nurses to live a life of dignity. However, numbers show the nurses are doing very well for themselves. How much are they making? I don't know, but they want more. They want to raise the average salary from $162,000 per person to $272,000 a year. It's a lot of money, but I guess Daf Shabbos machen, you never know. And they also refuse to contribute their own pensions, which most other workers must do. There is even a demand to protect nurses who are drunk or high on the job from being fired. The mayor says he's standing with the nurses and that the city hospitals have to pay the same wage as the private hospitals do. That means that the huge cost of these raises will fall right on the people of New York. Who is Mamdani protesting? Well, that the New York taxpayers aren't paying enough. Not sure exactly what he's doing there. I guess that's his way of solving problems. So you have a problem, you scream at him, something's happening, the New York City thing or whatever, the subway is dirty. So he's going to come out with you and scream, the New York City subway is dirty, we need to clean it up. He's going to come and scream with you. Dude, you're the mayor. Do something. The Australian government declared January 22nd a national day of mourning. The honours of the 15 Kedoshim killed during the Hanukkah celebration last month, including the Chabad Shlichim, Reb Eli Schlanger, a British boy, and also Levitan, Hashem Yinkum Dumam, and the heroes of that night as well. Don't forget them. The couple that struggled, tried to at least stop the terrorists from committing their act, but died in the process of doing so. Let's not forget that the 10-year-old child that died right next to a Chabad Shlich that was putting tefillin on, while her father was taking a clip. It was such a sad story to hear, but let's not forget them. It was the deadliest attack on Yidden in Australia's history. 2 terrorists, Yimach Shemam, opened fire on the crowd during the first night of Hanukkah. For those who remember the story, the Prime Minister says, Albanese, the country must stand together against this evil. Well, thank you, Prime Minister. Now you wake up. Parliament. Well, the Australian Parliament is also meeting early next week to pass a tough new law against hate crimes. Okay? Sad news out of Monsey this morning, Rabbi Yisai. My friend, David Feder, for those of you who know him, his father passed away. Rabbi Aaron Feder. Tzaddik v'kol shevruch. He was a young boy, a young man. He was nifta early Tuesday at the age of 52 only. He was a humble and devoted Baal Chesed who spent his life helping other people. Rabbi Aaron Feder worked tirelessly with Chesed 24/7 to help families facing medical and personal crisis. He has been battling a serious illness for some time now. Well, I know this personally because David told me, with great eminah betuchen. The Levaya is set for this afternoon from Skver Shtetl right now. So may Zin Shuma have an aliyah, and may the family members be comforted, consoled by Hashem, and be strong. Yes, today is also the yahrzeit of my grandmother. Le'il nishmusa ha'toyeret Tzina bas Reb Naftuli HaKoyen. Zechroina levrucha. May her Hanashuma have an aliyah, along with all the other tzaddikim of today and all the time. Anyway. But before we go, Protobyte. Call them today on 347-354-1237. You know what they do. Okay, I don't have to tell you this. If you don't, then you should watch the other episodes. I speak about them plenty. Now, what's not plenty if you don't have a shawarma from Shawarma Delight? If you have a shawarma from Shawarma Delight, you'll say, I feel satisfied. Cool. Mention on Edge when you go there to buy yourself a shawarma or anything else. They open till Thursday night, very late. The location is next to Bingo, 26 Spring Valley Marketplace. Okay, free delivery if you order online, sdny.store. Now, Wise Capital Group is always there if you need a loan. Yehuda Bachner from Wise Capital Group is my friend, and I want to tell you something about this person. He is unbelievable when it comes to these things. He knows all the ins and outs when it comes to investments. So if you have an investment, you have an idea of something, you want to borrow the money, he'll help you get that money, and not only that, you won't have to pay all these crazy costs. He has a cool no-doc closing fees loan, whatever it's called. Call him, ask him, 718-831-2168. Arrive Express is your taxi for anything you want. 845-622-1111 or 845-254-1111. Before we wrap up, I want to thank all of you for donating to my Tzedek page today. If you want to donate and enter and win this exciting raffle that I announced already, you can still do so on my page for a chance to win. I'm not going to stop until I reach that goal, okay? On my official page, on Edge page, through the Gershy Schwarcz Drive link. You can support Tzedek, the number's below, this side, right over here, okay? You can call them on 718-831-6895, extension 04000, or you can go onto the link, the drive link, / what's / there? I think it's / 04000, I believe. It's there. Anyway, let me tell you what you can win, okay? For $18 donation, you entered into a raffle to win a $100 gift card. Now, that's a lot of money to win for $18, okay? I know, it sounds little, but it's not little. It's a gift card. It comes from myself. For every $36 donation, you're entered into a raffle to win $150 certificate to Panini, which is in Williamsburg. If you're ever in Williamsburg, if you live in Williamsburg, it's great for you. For $100, if you donate, you can win two amazing gifts. You go into a raffle to win $500 from Hatzarfim Williamsburg, a silver store by Eastern Silver, which is on 67 Lee Avenue, Brooklyn. Or you can win $500 by Itzy's Towing, Collision and Auto Repair, which is great, by the way. For $180, you can win $1,000 in Crown Sterling Silver, who, by the way, comes down to you with his van. Okay, again, so I know you can't see me. Hi. What's up? Okay, so basically, you can win $1,000 anyway, if you enter $180 into my page. So again, all these numbers, you know them, donate them, and I want to tell you that I personally went with Rav Moshe Margaretten, a great Baal Chesed. He started this as pure Chesed, and this became a major force, I would say, a light force for Klal Yisrael. Okay, that's what makes Tzedek special, and that's why Onech partnered with him today to do this amazing raffle tickets, because I wanted to do something for you guys as well. With that, let me finish off with a slogan: Noch gitte besilas, only good news, more good news, and Takazay, only good news, Rabbi Yisai. Let's hope the Iranian terrible regime falls and the Iranians can restore their dignity and have a normal land again, and the Jews of Iran. Let's pray for them, let's daven for them. Okay, Hatzluch Rabbi Yisai, and for all of you who are listening, thank you so much. I will have an important announcement on my next segment. Be'ez Hashem Yisborach. Hatzlucha. daily report of the news of the last 24 hours, powered by Yiddish24, provided to you by The Click.